When I got started in content, kind of happened in a roundabout way. I had about 60 subscribers on my YouTube channel from randomness that I had been doing before, and needed to do a video on how to get the sound right in StreamYard for the rest of my team at my church. But then, yeah, so I put that video on the stream onto YouTube, sent it to them. That was unlisted, and it was actually private. I don't remember exactly how I had done it, but it wasn't publicly available. So I sent it to my team. My team takes it. They used it. Of course, it was very useful for them. And in the course of a couple of weeks, people were, they were having these conversations. This is a pandemic time frame. Churches were trying to figure it out. It was really a tough time trying to figure out how to transition from in-person to online. And there were ministries that had no online presence whatsoever. So I was working with my team. My team, of course, was friends and had colleagues at different other churches all around the place. Some in the city we were in, but others around the country. And so they began to share the video amongst themselves. But as they shared it out, they would always have to ask me to open it up. Hey, can you give access to this person, give access to this person, give access to this person? They want to see the video. I'm like, oh, okay, sure. Then finally, one of my guys was like, just make it public. Just make it public on YouTube and be done with it. I'm like, okay. And the videos, I think it's called something like how to fix your sound in StreamYard with one checkbox. Like, that's the name of the video. and really all I was telling people to do was turn off echo cancellation. And there was one or two other little things, but the main thing was to uncheck echo cancellation. And it literally, StreamYard had this thing where it would literally take it from like, I don't know, it was 8-bit to 256. So it's like drastically increasing the sound. People would listen to our church and they would be like, yo, how in the world are we hearing the drums so clear? The bass guitar is like, the vocals, they're all segmented. It's like, how in the world are you doing this? How are you pushing all of that audio into this small pipe? Because StreamYard wasn't giving them a great pipe. And then their audio just kind of sounds stepped on. I was like, man, let me do this video. The video was a little bit longer in terms of some of the other details that it shared, but the idea was that video really went nuts. Didn't necessarily have a lot of subscribers. As I mentioned, I started off with 60, and that video, oh man, tens of thousands of views from that one video. And as I began to create more videos like that, I decided to launch my own live show, because the only live show that I was doing was from my church. So I was like, let me do my own live show called How It All Works, right? And so launched the live show. I started putting out feelers for the live show. And then the day came for us to actually schedule and I had like 4 or 5 other guys that were going to be on this panel with me, talking about streaming, talking about content, talking about media tech, but also media ministry. It was a great panel of people. And then what I did is, instead of, I did the normal advertising things to get people to come to watch my show. But what I also did was I actually reached out to a couple of brands, specifically StreamYard, to see if they would sponsor this first episode, which I did, and they did. They gave me the ability to give away a free 1-year subscription to StreamYard. And all I had to do was email them the name of the person that won. I could pick somebody who was watching live during my show and select them to get a free year of StreamYard. And it was crazy. And just like that, I started my live show monetized. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, because the concept of monetization is not a bar or a threshold or a number or a criteria that you have to attain. The bar that you don't need 1,000 subscribers to get paid. You don't need to get to 4,000 watch hours to start collecting a check. You just have to be intentional and, doggedly pursue monetization. And you've got to broaden your definition of what monetization actually means, what monetization actually looks like. because it isn't what we all traditionally accept, especially in these YouTube streets. We're going to be doing this YouTube Success Masterclass coming up here in just a little bit. Well, I mean, literally, it's on Sunday. Today's Friday, so we just have like a day or so before this class kicks off. And one of the main things that I hear from, new YouTubers, even established YouTubers, is like, man, when did the money get better? When does the money get better? And there are some things that you can do to ensure your AdSense is optimized. But if that's your only metric for monetization, you are going to be broke. You're going to be broke. And so I want monetization beyond AdSense. This is the monetization benefit. And this is one of the reasons why I don't, listen, my primary platform is YouTube. I believe YouTube, literally they pay me to serve others. Oh, it's just, the concept is just the best on the planet. We've got to break this myth that you need a certain amount of subscribers to make money, that you need a certain amount of watch hours to make money. We've got to break that myth. And we're going to go in depth in some of the avenues and on-ramps that you can utilize to make money on platform. But the real benefit of YouTube is leveraging a small targeted audience for high ticket sales, consulting, or products. I'm going to repeat it again. The real benefit of YouTube is leveraging a small targeted audience for high ticket sales, consulting, or products. High ticket sales, consulting, or products. And this is it, y'all. Real monetization is about business integration, not just YouTube checks. Real monetization. You've heard me say this a couple of times this week. If you've been rocking with us this week, go ahead and put something in the chat. But real monetization is about business integration. It's business. The call that I made to StreamYard and asking them to support my first live stream, my first live show, I did not have anything to prove this concept. I did not even have something to say, I've done this before. I was getting them to support my number one first show. The concept of the confidence and the intentionality that it takes to say, this is the opportunity, but how could I monetize it? That's what business integration looks like. Listen, this could be your passion project. This could be, your thing that you feel called and led and purpose to do. And listen, I'm all about that. I love those terminology. I love those phrases. But the business side of it ensures that it's long-term. It ensures that the value that you're providing today, you can also provide next year and the year after that. You've got to think about it outside of just the parameters that have been given to you by the platform. Business integration, not just YouTube checks. You don't need millions of views to make millions of dollars. You need the right strategy. Millions of views. I've had a coaching client that had millions of views on the wrong video. He really wasn't using much of a strategy at the time. Millions of views on the wrong video. There was no call to action. There was no link. It was the wrong email address in there. Millions of views on the wrong video. That video wasn't about his niche, wasn't about his value proposition, wasn't even aimed at his target audience. And so what ended up happening is we ended up having to close that channel and start fresh because he had millions of views on the wrong video. So millions of views is not the differentiator. A lot of people, you're chasing that YouTube AdSense check and you're looking for more views and engagement. There's a simple formula for that as well. And we'll share that in the masterclass. It's just about leveraging long form, because it's a matter of keeping people on platform. And the more you can do that, the more YouTube will reward you. But the idea, the concept that everything I'm doing on the platform is going to be based on what YouTube, or the benefit is going to be coming from this YouTube check, is the wrong idea. The YouTube check is part of your monetization structure, but it should not be the whole thing. And I want to be clear for the smaller creator, for that smaller channel that's out there, you don't need millions of views to make millions of dollars. You just need the right strategy. This masterclass that we're going to be having, we're going to teach you how to monetize the influence, not just the views. We're going to teach you how to monetize your gravitas, your sphere, right? You monetize your ability to share and to impact people in a way that is meaningful, in a way that is tangible. That is what we are going to be looking to do and work on and share in the masterclass. Just looking to make sure that my settings are right. Yes, settings are okay. Perfect. Yes. Just got a message from somebody saying, hey, can't see the live stream. And it is there. I'm seeing it, and it is public. So hopefully, you guys are able to see it too. But yeah, the title is, you don't need 1,000 subscribers to get paid. You actually don't need 1,000 subscribers to get paid. You don't need 1,000 subscribers to get paid. Wow. What's going on today? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, cool. You can actually monetize based on the influence that you have. Monetization beyond AdSense. I see several of you on the live with us today. I'm just going to get a couple of comments here, and then I'm going to get out of your way. Not going to be a long one. I'm really hoping the whole purpose of going live this week, and I'm going to just do a quick review of all the things that we've covered, but the whole purpose of going live this week was to ensure that we're able to help people understand what the benefit is of the masterclass. But in addition to that, to share some nuggets of wisdom and value around your creator strategy on the platform YouTube, right? On the platform YouTube. Oh my word. So day one, this was this past Sunday. We talked about asset versus content. Assets versus content. And then what I was trying to share with people is you want to refrain from, you want to stop talking about making videos and start talking about building digital assets. It's a mindset shift that will help you. And that is free. That is what I'm sharing with you. That's been a hallmark throughout the whole week this week. We've been sharing with you tips, tricks, best practices for how to be successful on YouTube. But then we've been giving you that call to action that in the masterclass, we're going to be able to spend an hour of dedicated time where we can share in-depth principles and practices that will help you move the needle and see success on the platform. But yeah, building digital assets. A well-optimized YouTube video is an employee that works for you 24/7, effectively answering questions and selling your services even while you sleep. To me, that was the motivator. That was the thing that kind of blew me away when I recognized that content had the ability to put me in rooms and give me opportunities that I didn't even know existed. It absolutely blew my mind. You don't need another hobby. You need a cloning machine for you, your brand, or your business. And in the masterclass, we aren't just making videos. We are building a library of assets that will generate revenue on autopilot. Day number two. We talked about why your Instagram is dying and YouTube is forever. This was the search engine advantage, right? SEO benefit. And we tackled the fear of saturation or algorithms. Instagram, TikTok are feeds, whereas YouTube is a search engine. So the value there, of course, is that people are actively looking for solutions. The benefit isn't going viral. It is being found by the exact person who's ready to utilize your solution. The exact person who needs it, because YouTube is a search engine. This is the benefit and advantage that this platform has over and above all the others. Social media fades in 24 hours. And we talked about that. We talked about trying to find your own video. Maybe just even a week after you've posted it on other platforms. How do you find that other video? YouTube search literally lasts for years. If you're tired of the hamster wheel, you need to learn the search engine optimization strategies that I will be teaching in the masterclass to get found forever. And so that was what we touched on Monday. That's what we touched on Monday, right? We talked about the search engine advantage. On Tuesday, we talked about people are judging your credibility by your thumbnail. The packaging of authority. The packaging of authority. I mean, let me tell you something. People, we did the old adage, people don't judge a book by its cover. Absolute trash. It's garbage. Throw it out. They do judge. In fact, people inherently and people's default setting is to judge. And when you have a book and you can't read it immediately, the only thing we have to judge it by is the cover, because that's all we can see. And that's exactly what happens with your content as well. People judge your competence by your presentation. It's not about having cinema cameras, because I know people who are getting it done with their phone. It's about packaging. The intentional pairing of title, thumbnail, and hook. Title, thumbnail, and hook. That's the packaging. Poor packaging tells potential clients, subscribers, followers, potential community members, potential clients, you aren't an expert. Professional packaging screams, this is the guy, this is the girl, I need to work with them. You're losing before they even click play because your packaging is off. And in the masterclass, we're going to help you fix your digital first impression so your expertise actually gets seen. The expertise is in the video, but we actually have to get people to see the video. So that's why we talked about the packaging of authority, the packaging of authority, the packaging of authority. That was on, I don't remember what day that was. I think it's Tuesday. No, that was Monday. So then Tuesday, we talked about stop guessing. The data is screaming at you. This is one of my favorites. Stop guessing. The data is screaming at you. Data-driven confidence, right? Most creators operate on, I feel, my opinion is, I feel like this video is a great one. Successful businesses, however, operate on data. They operate on data. Understanding analytics, which is not a dirty word. It is not a quadratic equation. It is not a homework assignment. Analytics is information and insight that you can use to take actionable next steps. Revenue generating next steps. like you can double down on the pain point that you found for your audience by understanding what the data is. What video should I make? That anxiety should be gone because you have analytics. The benefit is clarity and predictability in your business growth. Stop guessing what your audience wants. Stop guessing. Your data is actually screaming at you. This is one that I should rewatch. Data analysis. Come on, David Hunt. We want you. I'm hoping that you're going to be in the masterclass. Your viewer using analytics. Data is huge. RK3 data is huge. Absolutely. You want to stop guessing what your audience wants. This masterclass is going to teach you to read the mind of your viewer using analytics. Thank you so much for the purple jacket comment, RK3. Always good to see you, my brother. It's been a little bit. Happy holidays to you and yours as well. I know you guys are going to be doing some good things over there in Maryland. Read the mind of your viewer using analytics. So every move you make is calculated for success. And then yesterday was Thursday. I think we're yesterday. Yeah, that's where we are. Yesterday being Thursday, we talked about data-driven confidence was Wednesday. Yesterday we talked about the cost of waiting until you're ready. The cost of waiting until you're ready. And I put that thing on the screen. Who's gonna let me versus who's gonna stop me? Who's going to let me versus who's going to stop me? The permission trap. Many creators are waiting to be picked. Pick me, pick me, pick me. My content is good. I want the algorithm gods to pick me. No. There is no pick me. There's no right time. There's no right time. There is no right person to ask. Well, if I'm associated with them, then it'll blow up. If I have this guest on my show, it's gonna blow up. No, it's about you. It's about you. This is actually a subtle form of imposter syndrome as well. Success doesn't come from permission. It comes from setup and configuration. Literally and figuratively preparing yourself to receive success. You set it up. I talked about that whole thing of calling StreamYard and saying, hey, I've got this new live show. Would you be willing to sponsor it? I'm setting myself up for success. That first live show had almost 50, 60 viewers. Why did it have that? Because I set it up for success. I didn't ask for permission. I gave it a scenario and created an environment where that thing could be successful. That mindset piece is huge when it comes on to approaching the platform and navigating it for success. It's not permission. Can't tell you how many, oh man, Kirk, you have that because you do this. No, I'm leveraging my superpower. There's no doubt about that. But you have one too. It's just a matter of figuring out what it is, having clarity on what people can glean from your genius and your expertise and your story and making it available to them. Come on. I love it. David Hunt says, get in the masterclass. Literally and figuratively, you're preparing yourself to receive success. Stop waiting for a sign, and you haven't even set up the foundation. Investment is the ultimate form of commitment. I really have to frame this phrase. Investment is the ultimate form of commitment. Investment is the ultimate form of commitment. And at last check, we had 27 people registered for the masterclass. And yeah, registering for the class is you finally giving yourself permission to succeed. And maybe you don't want to succeed in this area. Whatever you do want to succeed in, investment is the ultimate form of commitment. I'm in a mastermind group and a coaching cohort where the amount of money that I've invested necessitates that I block out that time on my calendar, that I am front and center with notepad, pen, and paper, ready to go when it's time for that session and that call, because investment is the ultimate form of commitment. Yeah, people who pay more attention. People who pay more get more results. People who pay more are going to be serious about what it is that they're doing. They're not going to be haphazard. They're not going to be willy-nilly. They're not just going to blow it off because they've paid too much to not have this work. They need it to work. Investment is the ultimate form of commitment. And this is why I like long form content, because long form content requires your viewer to make a deeper investment, because investment is the ultimate form of commitment. As for some of you, that investment is going to look like $67 as you head on over to kirkrnugent.com/masterclass. That's what investment is going to look like for you. And I hope that you take the plunge. Maybe you need to send it to a friend or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, that review brings us back to today, where we talked about you don't need 1,000 subscribers to get paid. Monetization beyond AdSense. What's going on, Doc Vibe? What's going on, RK3? What's going on, David Hunt? Break the myth that you need 1,000 subscribers to make money. The real benefit of YouTube is leveraging a small, targeted audience for high ticket sales, consulting, or products. Because investment is the ultimate form of commitment. Are you seeing how it all compounds. Everything just kind of works together. Oh, no worries, Tracy. Everything just works together. Everything comes in that same package. Investment is the ultimate form of commitment. Listen. Real monetization is about business integration, not YouTube checks. You don't need 1 million views to make $1 million. You need the right strategy. And this masterclass that you see on screen right now, this masterclass teaches you how to monetize the influence, not just the views. The influence, not just the views. I went into my community and I asked them, which masterclass do you want me to do first? And they came back with a resounding, we want YouTube success. And that's why YouTube success is the first class that we're starting with. And I had the great idea to open it up, because this masterclass is for the community. And I have, while I have 12,000 plus subscribers on YouTube, I have 69 members in my community. So the masterclass is for the community, but I decided to open it up and make it available to those who are online as well, to those who are in this broader community, who have hit that subscribe button at one time or another. And maybe you're watching this and you're saying, yeah, I'm part of that number that hit the subscribe button at some time or another. Maybe things have changed for you. You're not utilizing content in the same way that you were before. Maybe you feel stagnant and stuck and you're trying to figure out, how do I get this thing to work for me? This masterclass was made and built with you in mind. We want to help you get across that line. It isn't, I want to be clear. I think some of you are going to be coming to the masterclass looking to get all the strategies and all the secret sauce. Let me dissuade you right now. There are no go viral quick schemes that I'm going to be sharing in the masterclass. There are no, hack the system, to hack the algorithm to get 10,000 subscribers in one day. Those are not the things that I'm going to be sharing. All of the things I'm going to be sharing are time-tested, battle-proven strategies that I know work if you work it. And that's the other thing I want to share for those who are wondering if this is for me. If you're a person who says, I'm not ready to work, I actually want easy street. I didn't come to content for another job. I came to content because I want to quit my 9 to 5 and I want an easy way to bring in money. Well, depending on how you look at it, I think content could be an easy way to bring in money, but it's still going to require work. It's going to require consistency. It's going to require you getting better at certain things. It's going to require you honing your skill sets. It's going to require you having some hard conversations to really dial in on what your value proposition is and who your target audience is. It's going to require work. So if you're a person who says, I don't want to work, this masterclass is not for you. In fact, this entire channel is not for you. But if you're a person that says, I have been here, but I want to experience here, and I don't know what's going to get me to that next level, but I'd like to try something that I've never tried before, I think the masterclass is for you. I think the masterclass is for people who you may be even in circles where people are dabbling in YouTube and it's having some success, but they're, what are they doing? Like, what's behind the curtain? I'm telling you, if that's you, if you're even just moderately curious, this masterclass is for you. We're going to answer those questions. We're going to share with you strategies. We're going to give you a blueprint, I believe, that will lead to success. And success, if I can just preface it by saying, it's not going to be what everyone else defines it as. Your version of success is going to be wildly different than mine. I've had clients that have, they've gone from, 60 subscribers to 7,000 subscribers, and they're kind of hovering right there. They're not growing, leaps and bounds, but they are peaceful and paid with their 7,000 plus subscribers. I've had other clients who came to me with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but didn't understand why it was working. And with that amount of subscribers and those amount of views, they weren't getting paid much. They didn't know how to monetize their influence. They only knew how to monetize the views. And even further, they didn't know how they were even getting the views to begin with. They didn't understand packaging. And so that client, we were able to reverse engineer, share with them the blueprint of things that are working, and give them a strategy that they could implement and move forward with. This is what that, if you find yourself in any one of these categories, this masterclass is for you. Success is defined by the person who's doing the work, not by anyone else. If you're not doing the work, forget it. You don't get to define what success looks like. Peanut gallery, you can take a backseat. You know, backseat drivers, the commentators, the yappers, we're not hearing you today. This is for those who want to get this work done. You're not afraid of the work. You're not running from the work, but you want to understand what effort is going to yield the most results. This masterclass is for you. YouTube Success Masterclass. The link is on the screen, kirkarnugent.com/masterclass. This is our final masterclass preview session. I'm not doing one tomorrow. I'm resting. Tomorrow's the Sabbath. I'm not doing one on Sunday. Sunday's the actual masterclass at 4 p.m. So I'll see those of you who have registered there. If you registered online through the webpage, great. You should have received an email. And if you didn't, send me an email at info@howitallworks, and we will definitely get that out to you. If you registered in the community, then you simply need to go to either to this post or go to the calendar. You go to the calendar, you're going to see right there that it says 2 p.m. Well, it depends on what time zone you're in. This I don't know, this browser is defaulted to LA time, but this is 4 p.m. Central Time Zone. But you'll go to this and you'll see the link here. Right now, it says I don't have access to it because under this account, I'm not logged in as myself. So I wanted it to generic. I wanted people who haven't purchased the class to see what it looks like. But my point is, you would just simply go to the calendar, click on the class, and enter right there. Or you can go into the classroom, click on the class, and you can enter right there as well. So unlock for $47 or upgrade to premium. You literally click here and you'll see the Zoom link. That's all I have to share for today. I'm actually heading out in just a few minutes to go on a little family experience. Let's put it that way. But I wanted to just do this week, not just to be able to promote the masterclass. I think that was important, but also to help people to recognize if you're not going to do anything different, you're not going to get anything different. If you don't expose yourself to what's possible, expose yourself to strategies and techniques, tools, practices that could potentially take what you're currently doing to another level, you're not going to get anything different. You're going to continue to get the same thing you've always gotten. Many of us, myself included, wait too long to understand the behind the scenes inner workings of the platform called YouTube. And it's that time that we've waited where we're just spinning our wheels and we're not seeing any success. I don't know how many of you fall in that category. I don't know how many of you are like me, but this masterclass was made with you guys in mind. And yes, it's not free. It's $67 for those of you who are not community members, $47 for those who are in the community but at the standard level. And it is included in your monthly subscription if you are a premium member in the community. So that's where it is. That's where it stands. I want to say a word of thanks to each and every one of you for coming through and hanging out today. I got a couple of comments that I want to make sure I shout out. Darius O'Kane is with us on the live, says, let's go. David Hunt says, we live. Also put the link in the chat. So if you're watching, definitely make sure that you hit that link so you can go over. This is one that I should rewatch, data analysis, man. Listen, David Hunt, all I'll say to you is make sure you're in the masterclass. My guy RK3 over on Facebook says data is huge. He also says digging the purple jacket too. Come on. I got to stay on brand, right? Or just come to the masterclass with pen and paper. Absolutely, David Hunt. Dr. Vibe is here, says, hey, what's going on? Tracy is here, says, hey, Kirk, Dr. Vibe, Darius, David. Sorry, I'm late, she says. Oh, sis, you are never late. You never have to apologize. We're just excited that you're here with us today. I love to see the back and forth in the chat, just to see everybody kind of talking to one another and hanging out. Darius O'Kane says, what I have learned so far this week shows me the work that I need to do. Listen, and for some of you, you will watch this series, just this masterclass preview series, and maybe that's all you need. But I would dare say that if you watch this and you got something from it, all I can tell you is that there's more inside the masterclass. That's all. There's more inside the masterclass. Tracy says, so motivational too. Isn't it, Darius? So much value. I'm so glad to hear that. That's what it's all about. My guy Sam from Live Production Tips and Tools is with us today. Thank you so much for coming through. What up to you as well, sir? It's always good to have fellow creators come through and hang out. Sam's got a really dope channel called Live Production Tips and Tools, and definitely something that you guys should check out. Always good to have him come through. Like that, many of us would like to be peaceful and paid. Let me be clear. There is not a subscriber amount. It's a mindset. It's a mindset shift. And it's an issue of betting on yourself by building the infrastructure necessary so that you can be peaceful and paid. I listen, this is what it's all about. I've actually been paid for my first video today, going to have a bottle of wine to celebrate. Let's go. Thanks to Kirk and the group for giving me the confidence to expect payment. Let's go. Come on. Tracy is doing the work. Tracy's a member of our community. She's a moderator on the channel here, and definitely somebody who is experiencing success, wild growth as well on the channel. I think 27,000 subscribers or something like that. She's knocking on 30. We're hoping that she gets to 30K before the year is out. I think she can still do it. We've got like 11 days left. I think it's possible. So, but yeah, Tracy, we're super excited. We celebrate with you as you take that bottle of wine. I love that. She says here, I am so looking forward to the masterclass. I'm excited. Tracy doesn't actually have to pay anything additional to get into the masterclass because Tracy is one of our premium members in the community. So it's part of her subscription. I'm going to say this to you, the rest of you. It's members like Tracy who make it possible for the masterclass to be available to others at a discounted rate, because Tracy is one of my premium members, and we want to say a shout out to the premium member crew. Kirk, I am the standard level and joined the community when you first launched it. How much would I pay for the class? You would pay $45. That's that screen that I showed a second ago. If you go, hopefully you can see it there where it says unlock for $47. That's what you would pay. This is what you would see when you go to the classroom. You look for YouTube Success Masterclass. You'll see unlock for $47. So, and I'm going to be honest with you, several of the standard members have already purchased. And so I've been tallying up the numbers, and I'm excited to hang out with everybody on Sunday. So thank you for that question. Hopefully that answers it. Definitely want to make sure that we are. And if you have other questions, ask them. I'm getting ready to dive off here just a second. I need that jacket. Tracy says, I need that jacket. This is a great jacket, man. It's a good color. It's not too hot because it's not that kind of day today. So I didn't really want a heavy jacket. Guys, do not miss this masterclass. Education is key. Thank you so much, Sam. Sam is another good friend, somebody that I've been rocking with. I love it. She says, LOL, 27K by the end of the year, I think. Let's go, man. I think I think we can do 30. Invest in yourself. I love it. But I do need to stay up late for it. LOL. Wouldn't miss it for the world. I did think about that when I was thinking about the masterclass. I was like, yeah, it definitely is a good time for, especially those of you who go to church on Sundays. I definitely wanted to put it in the afternoon/evening on Sunday, but I might have to adjust that going forward, because I do want to make sure that my family overseas gets a chance to participate live. So Thank you for that reminder, Tracy. I'm going to make sure to make that adjustment as we go forward as well. When I try to unlock, I'm asked to upgrade to premium. Okay. Let me see 10 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. So not horribly late. Oh, okay. That's not terrible, but it is later than normal. I see he's asked to let me see here. Asked to upgrade to premium. Really? Let's see. I want to get this fixed. I don't want to leave this to chance. Let's go here and let's go to edit course. Yeah, you should have a buy now option. Hey, Italy's in the chat. What's going on? Adrian Townsend Benton. Let's go. Thank you so much for being with us today. Always love that. Yeah, man, I'm looking at it right now. Doc Vibe. Yeah, definitely send a DM. I don't know what's going on because it says you one-time purchase of $47 or you can upgrade to the premium tier. You should be able to. Let's see. Yeah, you should be able to. So here, do this instead, Doc Vibe. Instead of going into the classroom, if you can see the screen, go to the YouTube Success Masterclass. And then where it says members, click here, click on that. And then you should be able to unlock for $47. I think that should work. But if that doesn't work, drop me a DM and we'll figure it out. Even if we have to do something off platform, but we'll figure it out because that should work. Several others have done it as well. Adrian Townsend Benton, I got a chance to hang out with her this past a week or two ago. She was in town for a conference, so she's in it. I guess she's in Italy. Let me see here. What other comments? Did you comment earlier? Anyway, I'm just glad to see you on the live. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Yeah. But I hope that you will be able to. I don't know if you're thinking about coming for the masterclass or what, but that would be really dope if you could. Any other questions before we close it down for today? Went a little over my time, but wanted to make sure. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that we were able to answer everything and get everybody situated. Adrian was a part of a program that had their graduation 2 weeks ago here in Huntsville, and I was able to attend that graduation and final speech, and it was absolutely phenomenal. You did a crazy, awesome job, and that kind of celebration is what it's all about. That kind of investing in yourself, in my opinion, is what's going to make your new year a better year. And so 2026, we each get to decide what that's going to look like for us, even as we do the work that is required for us to see a better version of ourselves. Family, it's been real. It's been fun. I'm going to leave it there. If you have questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and drop a DM. Go ahead and drop a comment below. I respond to all of them, and we will see you around these internet streets, hopefully on Sunday for the masterclass or in the next video. Grace and peace.